السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهدي الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعه إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد. Our ummah, the ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the last one that's standing, it will remain standing until the day of judgment. This is a promise from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it is not something to be doubtful. Many times the Muslim ummah curve in history went down so much, but it went back up quickly. At one time, Al-Khilafah Al-Abbasiyya, when it actually fell by the Mongols, it came back quickly within few months by the Mamluk of Egypt, as they organized themselves, went after them, and eventually they disappeared. The Mongols, they disappeared in the Muslim Ummah, and they became part of the Ummah. Many times in history, the historians start writing. They said, we're going to start write the death certificate for Muslims and Islam, because according to what they perceived, that now the component that they carry, it is a component of destruction. They cannot come back from this, but they do, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings them back. But they always come back through that which Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam started with. As Imam Malik rahimahullah said in a sentence meaning that nothing will rectify our ummah later on except that which rectified it at the beginning. Okay? You cannot bring something else. And that's exactly what the enemy of Muslims and Islam trying to do. Try to tell you there is some other way. And if you carry this other way, whatever that way is, we'll be very happy with you. Because they know that the way that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam started, it is the way that they cannot handle. So the destruction has to be through that. But there is something different this time than all other times in our history, which is, before, as we talked about this point many times, that before, the way of governing, the way of life, there was no separation between the act of worship and the law to implement in our lives. It's all, Islam was all together. This is the first time that Islam, Muslims are not implementing the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in their lives as nations, as communities and so forth. And they actually, they look for something else to govern them. And that the curve will not go back up until this concept is corrected with us. Unless this concept has to come back deep, that nothing will work except this. And nothing will work for what? For us? No, it's for humanity. We are the last one standing. And we are the one who's al-haq. And this is for all humanity. We love humanity, and we hate what the humanity is doing for them to themselves, right? We do not hate them, we hate what they're doing to themselves. And we love that they they stop doing what they're doing to themselves and carry that which bring them higher up as a human being that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves. And unless we have that deep in our heart, we're not going to be deserved to be hired back. We're not. And the closer to the day of judgment, meaning the more the history goes forward, closer to the day of judgment, the more pressure that we're going to find. So one has to make a decision. Where do they stand? We have to be shaken. We, people on earth, will be shaken little by little until it comes, as Rasulullah ﷺ told us, that the whole earth will be fustat al-iman wa fustat al-kufr. There's nothing in between. The matter will become clear. So it is, we can sit and complain, okay, but that is not a way for solutions. But what we can do is we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us dignity. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us those that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala love and upright, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with us so long that we are with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we should get busy ourselves up with that which corrects, self-correction, visit ourselves as individuals, as families, as communities, as nations, see what needs to be, what is not matching with the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and try to fix it and have the courage to fix it, okay? And peacefully we do this, you know, and do the best we can to make sure that our life is matching with the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the change is given from the outside, but the change is worked on from the inside. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِقَوْمٍ حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. So there's two changes will happen. Allah will not change what's happening to you, to qawm. Here is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not just say one individual, but a qawm, people, a group of people. Allah will not change what's happening to them. Another word, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who's going to change this. Okay, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ready to change it, what's happening to you. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, I'm not going to do that unless you change. So that second change you have to do, you have to exert an effort to do. And once you do that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will change what's happening to us. We should be busy fixing what's happening within us and what's happening between us. Because when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says qawm, that means yes, within you here as an individual and as people together. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the love between us in the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us in one unity and one unit that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be pleased with. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help our brothers and sisters in Palestine and in Kashmir, in all the Muslim ummah. That's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be with their weak ones, with the fathers and the mothers and the women and the children. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help them through what they're going through and help us to help them in any way we can. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين.